Ta-da! Welcome to another Sunday session, farm fence style. We'll just wait for the other boys to maybe get on. We'll see who turns up today for the session. And it's the day after a game of footy for the first time this year. So it is what it is, and that's how it is. And I'm in my dirty little PJs, so, well, they're not dirty, but that's the freedom of mindset and the fear of other people's opinions that we're going to talk about today when the other boys get on, because I've already spoken to Muzz, and maybe Scotty will get here, and we might have a bit of a discussion around what it is having the fear of other people's opinions and why we do and don't do stuff, and the difference in mindset between people that do or don't, yeah? Because me personally, this hand is full of fucks that I don't give. Actually, I don't have them, so that's the point, you know. Say good day when you jump on. Muzz won't be too far away. And yeah, Scotty's trying to get on. You've met those boys before, and that's what we have for the Sunday session. So I've got my high quality H2O today because I just don't feel like a drink, and that's also a choice that I get to make. So yeah, how is the world today? Share away. This is what it is. Fresh cut this week. So like that. I hope I've got the time right. Should be. It's 12 o'clock, isn't it? Hello. Is it me you're looking for? This will end up on YouTube, and you can like it there too. While we're waiting for the other boys to get on, I will thank the people in this group. Thanks to the service people that protect us and have made us safe and fought wars and all that sort of stuff. Thank you. Thank you to the truckies that move all our goods around the world, around Australia, stuff like that. Thank you. And thanks to all the farmers that grow the food. Thank you, people. And that's how we go. So, waiting for, oh look, I know that bloke that's on. Chuck a thumbs up there, TJ. In my PJs, because that's what I'm doing. And here's Murray, we're getting him on. Adding Muzz. It's still coming. I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be in my Space Invaders pajamas. Hello, Muzz.
Stuart, how are we?
Mate, feeling pretty good. The day after the first footy game of the season. So, pretty good.
How'd you go? Well,
Couple
how'd the game go?
A couple of wins for the boys, which is a good start to the season.
Oh, wicked.
Really
that is a bloody good win.
Yeah, I love it. It's good to play with some good, strong sides rather than historically sometimes we can be short on players and you start with that struggle and it just seems to be a struggle, and it's a different mindset when you go to, well, you try not to bring that into the game, but when you're fighting hard for it, sometimes the fight is just hard all day. And yesterday we were blessed with a good side, so the fight wasn't that easy. Not to say that we didn't have to put the effort in, but as a backman,
yes, I
didn't have to do a lot of work yesterday, so I'm okay with that. That's a good day at the office.
Absolutely. That's it's a beauty when you're doing well in footy. I mean, I haven't played footy since I was at school, but I was down the back a lot, and yeah, you can tell when the boys are getting tired when you're doing all the work.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of there's a lot of younger, more skillful players in the side than myself, and I'm quite happy to let it be like that. So just, you know, you let it happen, and sort of that's one of those things that almost comes towards the subject of in a team and stuff, having fear of other people's opinions. So whether you do train, what boots you wear, you know, whether you play because you're scared of what someone might say because you go play footy, or do something weird for the local team, go go to a busy bee, go help someone out, or do like this, is just wear your pajamas on a Sunday and just not give a fuck. That's part of the
Not
freedom
give a flying continental.
Yep. That's the part of the freedom. Once you get past that point of other people's opinions don't matter, there is a whole world of freedom there in the mindset. And then you discover from there's a whole nother world of opportunities that come your way because you actually don't care what other people think. And that was one of the skills that I had a mask on before when I thought I'd conquered that, but I hadn't. So 10, 15 years ago, playing footy and got my nickname the Dominator, all that sort of stuff. That was that safety mask to go, I don't have to expose my true self. I can be the Dominator, fill those shoes, and that's a safe spot. But to then break free, like after coming online with the TFE and working with you guys, and like stuff, really going into, am I the Dominator? Am I Stewie P? Am I just Stuart? Stu, there's all these names and things that I am and I'm not. But then at the end of the day, does it actually matter what other people see me as? It doesn't stop me from wearing the pajamas. Went up to the Telstra boys this morning to take a photo of the tower they're building, and I went up there in my pajamas because I just don't care. And they're having a good stuff, and a couple of big buff Kiwi boys there, they're lifting all the big steel boys because the other boys don't want to, and they're going, "Oh, do you want us to stand over here?" Doing the big flex photos. We're just having a fat old time, and no one's opinion mattered. It didn't change how we were going to act. We were just having fun in that moment, and that's great. So let me know where you are in your journey of fear of other people's opinions and stuff that you've experienced. Are you in a similar place to me? Are you at a different part of your journey, perhaps? Is it frozen? I think you go.
No, for me, I've still a lot of work to do in that, but I really sympathise. I'm not sure if that's not sympathise.
Empathise.
But I empathise. Thank you with who am I in, for you got the different names, and I suppose I've got a few different identities, but it's bullshit. I'm me. That's what it comes down to. But what the next step is to actually really believe that, and instead of trying to worry about what other people's opinions of you are, and trying not to live to others' opinions or expectations of you. That's still a hard road to travel to learn to be us. And I still have in my mind resonating that talk we had with the TFE men group. What was that, 2 or 3 weeks ago? When Clint was saying, like, who are you, Stuart? And there was something that Frank Galea shared yesterday, and I must admit, I had a bit of trouble watching it, but because it's pretty intense. About men in general, but people need to recognise the fact that they are who they are. Not, there is a quote on this about the fact you are who you are, not the opinion of others. So that's where I'm trying to learn to recognise that I'm not Murray who was born out of, who lived out of Megathara. I'm not Murray who went to Wesley College. I'm not Murray who can fly a plane. I'm not Murray who can drive a truck. I'm just Murray. It just so happens I can do these other things. I've been to these other places. I've done these other things. But I am just me right here, right now.
Yeah. Now, that's a great part of the growth. And sometimes not just me, but other people in their journey. So like growing up on farms like we have, sometimes we can be branded with you are your father's son, and you want to
Mm.
do what they're doing, and that can be an opinion, a self-image created from the outside of like, you know, am I my dad's son? I'm doing the same thing he's doing. Do I have to do it the same way? And to break free from that image a bit, to have, so dad farms his way and I farm my way. They're same but different. You know, we are two different people, and to grow into that opinion of myself, rather than
Yes.
understanding that that's how people see me, as that person's son. Like, you know, my kids are viewed currently as my children, but they are going to develop their own identity and be absolutely awesome at it. And that's what I empower them with, is that freedom of thought. But yeah, to break free from and meeting new people, and they go, yeah, oh, who are you? Oh, I'm Stewie. This is my farm. That's my dad. All right. So yeah, you're working together. Yep. Right. No worries. And they some people can go, right, so you're the son. You're now plan B, and he's plan A. So I've got to go talk to dad. To make a change in the farm management here, to go, all right, now all the advisors and the bank managers, they don't just ring him. They ring me as well. Or sometimes they don't have to ring him because it's not his job to deal with. It's now mine. So to get that shift of everyone understanding the image, to go, all right, now I'm running the show, potentially.
Yeah.
You know, with a short leash, but
Yeah.
you know, that's an outside opinion that affects the operation. But and how do I operate because of that is the challenge. And then with all that work with the boys, and I love working with the guys on the Tuesdays, there's always a nugget to learn, even if I don't get there and I just catch the replay in the chat. There's always a nugget in there for those guys, for everyone. Yeah, and the true leaders of the people. So Clint's really good at he's cracked his code as far as his identity and his opinion, and he's one of the freest blokes ever. I love bringing out his rap album, and he's just loving life, doing what he wants. And Frank's the same. He's a real journeyman to watch. He's done some great stuff. I learned a lot by watching his stuff. He did a great one the other day. It was about a 16-minute live, and I would recommend finding out and listening to that whole thing, because that was a great. It's his personal share on his journey, and he doesn't give a shit about what other people think. He's just sharing his journey. You know, he's let FOPO go, and it's great to learn off him, so that we can do the same thing, similar to wearing pajamas. It's not the first time I've worn pajamas on a live video on Facebook, but
no,
you know, it's just one of those things that can dictate our life. So you know, it's lots of people are dictated to do, like playing footy yesterday. So it's like, new guys in town, you new, right, who do you work for? That's not their identity. They're still a perfectly good footy player, but they immediately we identify them as, he works for Mitch, or he works for the Jameses, or you know. So then you make an association of an identity, and then it's their actions, whether they fit that mold, or whether they go, yeah, I do, but I'm this person. So the different players can access their own identity. So yeah, so as much as guys come to town to work for us and other people, some people have the internal power to go, yeah, that's what I do during the day, but I'm me now, right here in front of you. You know, those people are free in mind, I suppose. That's a great sense to be. And that's something that a lot of us in this group haven't conquered yet. And when we share this on YouTube, maybe there's going to be more men out there. And the women have the same issue too. It's not an unusual issue, but you know, if there's more people that we can enlighten in this discussion, the better. Speaking of more people,
absolutely.
don't know if Scotty's going to make it, but it'd be great to get 3 blokes on the chat today. He's going to try and get here. I had him send him a message earlier, but it'd be interesting to, because he's at a different part of his journey as far as in the business, in and out. He's been sitting in the back lot. So where's he in his journey and stuff? But if you've got anything to share in the conversation, Muzz, go for
it. You started on a path that intrigues me, and talking about men and women, especially. I don't mean, look, everyone has the issue, but I do think that people in rural communities especially have FOPO, because it's a big part of our community, big part of the way we grow up, that, we're all trying to get along together in a community. But what happens is that in amongst a small knit community, opinions gather, gossip starts to come together, and the fear of the gossip of you coming around, perhaps, or what the gossip could be. You got to be, you find yourself trying to be careful what you do and how you act, for fear of being the weird one, the one that's stepping out. I don't know.
I'm definitely the weird black sheep, mate. Don't you worry about that.
Well, I've finally come to terms with it. I mean, for a long time, I tried to not be seen, I suppose. I don't know if that's true. Other people might. Funny. And here we go. I was about to make the wrong comment, but whatever. But other people have got a different opinion of me. It doesn't fucking matter what they thought of me or think of me, but it goes to show how much it still bothers me. But now, I mean, like yesterday, went to town, pick up a couple of things. I thought, bugger it, I'm going to get dressed up today. So, good boots, good jeans, good shirt, and I can see people watching me like, what's this weirdo doing on a Saturday wearing his good duds? And again, that's an internalisation.
Yep.
I'm strutting out, and I felt really good for it. I felt 10 foot tall and bulletproof, because I'm dressed up. I don't do it very often, and to hell with them. And I like to take pride in my appearance where I can. I mean, I'm not always the most tightest of people, but usually I go out to work as presentable as I can, and I come back and I'm grubby. So that's what it is.
Yeah, that is what it is.
But back to the thing of people's FOPO. I mean, I'm loving this acronym, and that's a new one on me. Fear of people's opinions. It's a real thing, and my family talk about it quite a bit. Mum and I are a bit similar, where we're it's a learning thing, where we go through the learning exercise of going, who gives a flying fuck what Joe Blogg down the road thinks about us doing whatever. We work a pretty different program to everyone else, yada yada. Dad luckily just rose his own boat. Thank God.
Yep.
That's I could just dribble on for hours here, Stuart, but I'll leave it at that for the minute.
Yeah, look, and something. So a pivot in my farming career was exactly like that. So I was driving our tractor on our side of the fence, but my head wasn't here in this tractor. I'm looking over the fence. What's that neighbour doing? What's that neighbour doing? Why is there? And constantly looking at what other people are doing. I'm going, why am I doing that? It doesn't increase my potential by looking over the fence. If I concentrate on what I'm doing here, then I get better here, not trying to be like them. And are they looking back over the fence going, he's looking at me, do I have to be better because he's looking over the fence watching me? Whole paradigm of internal monologues that people have with each other because someone's might be looking at you walking down the street dressed up. And that's something that we create. I had something else I was going to drop in there, which was relevant. It's just right there, tip of my tongue type stuff. I just can't quite remember. No, can't remember. Where's Scotty in his big hat?
Bolt.
We need Scotty in this conversation as well. He'll have something to talk about.
I see in the comment in the thing there when I hooked up, you got Trent James on there. I don't know if he wants to have a yak.
Well, yeah, Trent jumps on. He's a great follower. He's a great character down the footy club. If I went to war, he'd be on my team. All right, it's simple as that. He's one of those blokes. And,
nice.
Yeah, and there's quite a few, lots of people that I've met online from starting this business, like yourself, sharing our image and creating our own opinion of ourselves, and then meeting people that, you're winning when you get a hater, is what someone told me. When I'm putting videos out and I get negative comments and stuff, and I know I'm hitting the right button when I'm getting comments back, negative comments back, not whatever. So I'm going, I love, to a degree, the spam hate and stuff like that, because I can just go, ignore. I've created an impact by going, someone's wanted to put that message out. Well, the water's good.
That's an interesting way of looking at it, Stuart, and I guess it's one of those two sides of the same coin. No, that's the wrong analogy. But you got to have a negative thing sometimes to get a positive impact, and so it comes up a lot within the online world about dealing with haters and that. Again, I haven't had much. I haven't any negative comments so far. So obviously I've got a long way to go yet, but I'm terrified about the day that I do get it, because I feel that my anxiety would be able to deal with it. But like you're just saying now, like it's you've already got a tactic in place to say, hey, I'm hitting the right note to get that. But also the fact of the matter is, as it's come up in our chat groups and all the rest, is learning to say that's their opinion. That's nothing on you. That's purely their opinion. They don't actually know you. Like ways to protect yourself, because it can be quite a. I feel for the for the celebrities who deal with this on a constant basis of being in the spotlight, where well, I can't speak for you, but for myself, I'm not celebrity status.
I'm not there, mate. Not yet. We will get there.
But we will get there. But we are in a public spotlight where we are at a risk of dealing with people's opinions, of people's anything. We're in their spotlight. We're under their scrutiny, under their bloody magnifying glass. It's and sometimes sort of things they say hits the wrong chord.
Yep. And that's right, and that's part of something I follow on one of my Instagrams, is like an alpha motivation thing. So after losing a bit of my identity after the divorce and stuff like that, and really going to a low place, I've now come to a part of my journey where I'm going, right, I am planting my flag, whatever you want to say, my version of my manhood. So I am going to be the unstoppable force that is. One of the quotes that they use is, let the haters talk, because while they're talking, you're working. And if you're working, you're further ahead in the journey. You're winning. Don't stop working. Let the people talk. Let them talk. It's fine. Sometimes, and there's a bit of that. So at the footy club, the boys loving me to give us stuff about the pH in the water. I take my water bottle to training, and some of the boys kick the footy at it and trying to hit the water bottle as we're going in to get water. And one of the boys said the other night, and I just smiled, he goes, so someone got it with the footy, didn't bother the water. But one guy goes, "Oh, you wrecked the pH in it," and I just laughed. I'm like, "That's funny because they're talking about it, right? Half of them are in the group, so they're listening, they're seeing this stuff, and they don't have to do anything now, but they're gonna learn little bits as they go. But it's not going to stop me from working. It's not going to stop me from doing it. I'm still drinking that water at training. I've been doing it for a few years now. I'm still doing my extra fitness. So come the end of this season, when I've done all those extra little bits, when it comes to the opposition, I'll be able to say, look, I did this much extra. You haven't trained enough, and now I'm running laps around you, and I'm drinking my water, so I'm hydrated as hell. But that's one of those other people's opinions that fuel my work rate. So I've taken that negative. I could have gone, oh, it's picking on me about pH in my water. You could go down, or you can take it and go up. So you take it, go, yeah, it actually can't affect. You can shake it around all you like. It doesn't change the pH in the water. It doesn't change it, right? So that little bit is funny, but I know that that's still going to hydrate me better, and I'm being my best version of myself in my pajamas on the Sunday after a game of footy, and that's the opinion I have of myself. But to use that as the Waterboy reference, tackling fuel. So if you ever watch the movie The Waterboy, and the coach you get everyone, all the hateful comments, use that as your tackling fuel. Go out and do the job. I've actually subtly been using that for a long time in my life. In footy, I focus it on, that's where the energy goes out. That's my tackling fuel. Other people's opinions, all the negative stuff. People saying I can't. I dare you to tell me I can't. Like that's the biggest.
Your water sucks. You suck.
One of those people, like you challenge some people, they go, you can't do that, and some people go, maybe you're right, and then some people go, hold my beer and watch this. So, I am having that part of myself where I'm going, it's hold my water and watch this.
Yeah, absolutely. See what I can do with this water here.
And it's not the water, too. It's the, we talk about in the business, we go about the 80-20. So if 20% of it is drinking the water and improving my health, what is the 80% I'm doing, or 80% I've already done more than other people? That's why we have these tools, training platform, and we can do this 80%. We work in the group chats, and we work as a team. Like a footy team works to win the football games, we work as a team, and we're going to win in our businesses in this online game, because it is just an online game, and life is a game. Be grateful you wake up in the morning and play the game with your 86,400 a day.
And that's a really good way of looking at it, Stuart. I like that, because, I mean, it's not like it has been said before, but the way you're explaining it at the moment, it hits home a bit. We've all got a goal to achieve, whether it's on the oval or in life. Buddy out the paddock, on the road. We have a goal to achieve each day for the game. All these little goals we kick towards, the end game, whatever that may be.
And it's great the bonus that we get. Anyone can do it, and that's the thing. We're harnessing the ability to share more of that journey online to inspire others. That's the bigger win, is that we're sharing. If it wasn't for investing in this, I would never have met you, and we would never be having these chats. So if you put it in the what if bucket, what if I do, what if I don't? Oh, someone said it's not a good business. Someone said it's too expensive. Whatever. It's a cost. Your health is a cost. It's either you invest in your health or you invest in your sickness. Pick one. Because we all experience things in our lives. Mum had acupuncture yesterday. She's going through her challenges. Your your parents have had their things. Dad's having his depression, and he's not depressed now, or I don't think. I can't tell. But he's got to work through his mental challenges, and we all get to we're taking this journey as our fuel to share it online for our growth, for other people to go, what are they doing? That looks okay. Well, they're doing that, and I can do that. Empower people to do the same thing, and that's that's the magic. That's the true blessing from when I started in the business, and then now, there's over 100 men working directly in this chat, in that men's chat we're talking about. That started out when we started. I think we started out with 30 or 40, and then it went to 60. Then it went to 80. It was all right. We've got to get guys. I think you were number 100, Muzz. I reckon you were number 100 in that group.
I think.
And now there's.
I think I made the record. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was to empower more men to work in this group, to see we all have different parts of our journey. So working with guys, listening to Cliff, and he's doing it. He's on his excavator, digging hole, and other guys are doing it from the caravan, and it's working anywhere, and everyone's doing their bit and sharing their journey. Like we had Dylan was on the call the other day. He's not even in Australia, but he was on. He was, and he got to share his bit and his wisdom. It's like it's just great to be exposed to those people, to work with that, and then grow and be better humans. And it's there's two ways you can do it. There's probably more than two ways you can do it, right? So everyone's heard Andrew Tate, right? He's not an unknown, but he's got a similar point. If you dig into what he's talking about, he's got a similar point, a similar way, but he's very proactive, aggressive sort of thing, and dealing in absolutes is his mentality. But his message is still very similar, but then you can go the other side of the coin. From the extreme alpha side, you can go to the non-alpha side, and everyone's going, oh, we're going to sit in the corner and we're going to talk about our feelings. It's like, yeah, and how does that change the world? It doesn't.
Yeah.
We're doing something here to make a difference, to change the world. And part of changing the world, the effects of not only buying these machines, the influence that had through the company, to the charities, to the farmers that farm all the turmeric that go into the Yukon and stuff like that. That's a major world influence. So we are making a difference by doing this. And then we're making a difference to all the people that watch these videos, giving them the power to change, get rid of the fear, change their lives, be the best version of themselves. Wear your fucking pajamas on a Sunday. Doesn't matter. I might get changed in a minute. I might go drive the spreader truck, but that's what I want to do. I could clean the house too.
Yeah.
I could do heaps of things. And that's the freedom
and
that we, go.
Look, just, as you said, just backing you up there, and the fact that, learning, to be you, to do, to be the best version of yourself. As you said before, that's the beauty of it all. And the biggest thing that I've learned from being in this business, I got involved purely for the monetary side, but through that, the biggest benefit I've ever gotten out of it is the machine, because I swear to God that gives me the best boost in life possible. It's energizing, and it's whatever, and the fact that now I feel that I can get, and you said to me about at least a year ago, the fact that, yes, for you personally, you strive for about 4 litres a day. I now know that I can do about that. And when I last had my machine, I felt like I had to drink about 8 litres to feel as hydrated as I did on this stuff now.
Yeah.
And, like prior to that, I was always, in summer, yes, I was drinking about 6 litres. I still do with the Kangen water, but now it's gotten to a point where, yeah, I feel buggered without it. I feel lousy, down, and very unenthusiastic towards life.
Yeah.
And that's very dramatic, but that's, you know, it's not just fucking water.
That's the magic within, because that's so, you know, in the water specifically, because we do what we do to it, we're changing the energy in the water. So then, you know,
Yes.
So what people don't know is when you buy the bottled water, the energy in that water, because, you know, go all voodoo for a second, we are just energy and sound. It's just a dirty big vibration. Molecules are formed to make this fucking awesome being in front of you, and that awesome being that you are, right? That's universal magic that's made that happen. We're just energy and sound waves formed into molecules and stuff like that. So influencing your energy, whether it be through the water you drink, the music you listen to, the direct environment you're standing into, all makes a difference in your life. So changing your water is changing your life. Changing my water has changed my life. It's fantastic.
Absolutely.
All this power, like rah, take over the world.
Yeah. And that's what it feels like, you know. I go out in the morning with, you know, I've got a 2-litre bottle of one of these. I've got a 2-litre Yeti and a 5-litre, you know, Willow bottle. And on average, I'll leave the house with 7 litres, and I'm ready to take on the world.
Yep.
You know, right. I got my little battery pack here in a bottle, and you know, I can. I feel comfortable now. I've gotten to a point where it's a mini game to drink, you know, 2 to 3 litres before lunch.
Yep.
And at least 2 litres after lunch. If I can drink another 3 after lunch as well, so I can wacko. And aiming to get bloody, well, I'm sorry for the bloody, what's it, TMI, too much information, but bloody aiming for clear piss.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
And, you know, it's you know, and we should all be striving for health, and looking for these pieces. And I was talking to someone yesterday who is going through breast cancer at the moment, poor little bugger, and it just had me thinking about all these things, you know, looking at your health and all the rest. Going back to your FOPO, it shouldn't fucking matter what other people think. Look after your health and check for your lumps and bumps and little things like when you're checking your wee, you know, making sure that it's clear enough, you're drinking enough water, but while you're looking at it, you're checking for blood and all that sort of stuff. Yep. Just sorry, I had to get that in there. But no, look, this shit is just amazing.
Yeah, they tell us all at a certain age you should look for those things, and because Dad's had prostate cancer, for a long time I've been looking for symptoms of, and it's a bit of self-analysis. Is exactly right. Looking after yourself and understanding what's going on in your body is the key to eternal life. Let's live forever.
Absolutely, and with that in mind, Stuart, it comes down to the fact, you know, you just remind me that, you know, we've all heard it, your body's a temple. Well, it fucking is.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you don't sweep your temple and check your foundations occasionally, it's got to fall around you.
Yep.
And I'm not the best living example of that, because I tend to push my temple to its boundaries, and it's a bit shaky at times. But that's a 34-year-old still trying to act like an 18-year-old. And, you know, I'm not that old, but, you know, I am getting to that point where things don't recover as quick as they used to. Perhaps, I don't know, or maybe it's because I just pushed myself too hard for too long, that now it's like, hang on, I'm not bouncing back anymore.
And that's right. And that's exactly the same journey that I've been on with footy. Like, would have been 3 or 4 years ago. Here's me thinking, rightly or wrongly, that I can still cut the mustard and play A grade and run as fast as those guys and take the hits and stuff like that. But I've spent those couple of years learning the harsh reality is that when I get cleaned up, when I get tackled, it hurts. It hurt 20 years ago too. That is the game. But the time it takes me to get the fuck over it, there's a bit of a stretch. But having
a different time period now.
I've got, 20 years ago I didn't have the foam roller. I didn't have the wall. So all those things I go, right, I've done that. So now I've got, this is my steps to get over it. Regardless of what other people think that I'm too old, too slow, not skilled enough, whatever. I don't care. I'm still going to do it. Still going to try.
Yeah. Still going to bloody try. Otherwise, what's the point of living if you don't bloody try and do something every day? And, but as you said, like one of the biggest things, 20 years ago, well, you're talking 20 years ago, to say 15 years ago for me, jumping off the back of a truck and, everyone growled at me for it, and, you're going to wreck your knees. Yeah. Typical bloody youthful bloody, confidence. I'll be right. And now my knees are knackered. And so now I'm crawling off the back of a truck now. And me and my mate were, at his place, and his kids are jumping off the truck. And we're both going, don't fucking do it. As we're bloody hobbling around with our sore knees.
I think that's an internal conversation right there. Because, say things to my kids, like they sit on the couch and they got their feet under their bum, got their knees. Yeah. Well, and I go, don't do that to your knees. You'll get sore knees when you get older. Trust me, I'm older. I used to do that. Yeah. Don't do that. So, I've
been here, done that.
Yeah.
And this is almost sort of coming back around to, we get these. There's a difference between learning opinions and learning from experience, and it's we've learnt from our folks' experiences on running our properties, but now we can hopefully try to improve that, and make things work better for us and for our future generations. And that not have Joe Blogg from next door who's looking over your fence there while he's sitting in his tractor. I reckon you should be bloody sowing this year, or your sheep are running backwards. Whatever. Like, fuck your opinion. What we're doing is what we're doing.
And that's part of learning from changing the environment. So when so like you farm and you talk to your neighbours and stuff like that. You go down to the pub, have a beer with them. That's an environment. Social media is a different environment, and how we get to script our social media to be our positive or negative environment. You can like the Crazy Cat videos and stuff like that, but maybe get on your algorithm and like a Stewie and Muzz video so you get to see more of us, or like some alpha motivation stuff like I do. And when I go on a scroll for inspiration, and someone go, all right, now I'm ready to go. Get the water, let's go. Get motivated. And
absolutely,
that's the environment we get to influence. You can't. There's only so much you can change your house or where you're living or your job, right? There's only so much influence you can have on that. It still is what it is. We still pray for rain. We like the weather. We can't control the weather, but we can control what we see on our social media, on our phones. The greatest tool that we have for farming on and offline or whatever. We get to create that environment that we want. And that's
absolutely
part of the journey. Find more Stewie and Muzz videos. Find us everywhere.
I mean, why wouldn't you? Why would you want to see these pair of handsome faces every day? But this is the whole thing, Stuart. And I was thinking about it yesterday, cruising around, and look, I still find that the internet a bit like life in a certain way. It is what you make it. So it comes again to the algorithms, like you say. We talked about this some weeks ago.
Yep.
But how you treat it and how you manipulate it, yeah, that's how you can ensure you get the best rewards out of it. So it's like us, let's step away from for those who probably aren't familiar with what we're doing here. Let's say in your daily life, if you're going to read, I mean, look, I read comics. Don't get me wrong, I love reading the Phantom and all that. But that's great. But don't forget to occasionally read something that's probably a bit better for you mentally, like how to be better. Get help books. Agriculture for Dummies.
Yeah. Funny books.
Yeah, absolutely. Horrible History.
Yep.
I actually never read any of them, but I always wanted to. I was more of a Selby fan or Animorphs. But again, when you come back to online, as you're saying, Stuart, the things that you like and follow have a huge impact on you overall. Like in your learning experience, your daily intake, and your uplifting. I mean, it can be a big boost to you with following inspirational quotes, following other influential people in whatever industry you're in.
Like Stewie
because from that you can go, hey,
like Stewie.
Yeah, Stewie and Muzz is absolutely right. And what's that thing you've got to say again later on? You've got to make sure you smash that subscribe button and hit the bloody little bell thing.
Yeah, hit the notification bell.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. You can be like the haters and just go around and being a snot and writing, absolute hate mail to the world.
Yep.
Or you can get onto things and see the good in something that someone's written and boost them up. Shit, that's awesome. Well done. Good on you.
Yep.
And through that, lifting the overall community online, and then you take it offline as well. For crying out loud, go out in the community, and like you guys at footy, you all boost each other up. That's what we should all be doing, no matter where you are.
Yep.
You see someone doing a good job. Sure, you held that back line real fucking well today. Good on you, mate. This is, and so we can do that for ourselves as well.
Yeah, and it's something that I've tripped across 2 or 3 times now on the scroll is Gary V when he does his big talks. So Gary Vaynerchuk's started a business, winelibrary.com. He does heaps of other businesses now. Really, really great guy. And he sits there and people go like, how do you make all this content? He goes, what content? I'm just sharing the journey. This is my day. I just videotape, put it online. That's it. Like, it's nothing complicated. Yeah. You can do it. I can do it. Yeah, that's it. It's nothing complicated. Yeah. And then he comes up with this other things like, I don't understand how people can waste the energy not being nice. Like it takes less muscles to smile than it does to frown. It's to say something nice to someone to lift their day, and then they're going to lift someone else's day, and then everyone's happy. Everyone's doing something for the footy club and stuff like that. Like we were only talking last night is so we cook casseroles. So we bring in it's our turn to cook. So we all cook our pasta bakes and potato bakes and stuff like that. And that's a bit of a fun footy club. A couple of boys were in the kitchen after, and I bonus to be part of that conversation. They go, we should have like everyone has their signature dish, something they like to cook or something. It's a bit like our influence in the online space. We have our own signature. We are our own person. But we talked about, so we're going to go at some point in the year, we're going to cook our signature dish open to anyone in the footy club. And we're going to find out one of the legends or elders of the footy club to be the judge.
Yes. Cool.
So then everyone gets to express. You think of 40, 50 men go, all right, being in the kitchen isn't always a man's domain, and creating awesome culinary feats isn't completely a man's domain, even though there are some great chefs around the world that are men. But, for us as normal people to express ourselves via food, we get to project something positive from our life to, people might go, wow, how did you do those? Hey, what's your secret ingredients for your spaghetti bolognese? What's your secret ingredient for your carbonara that I cooked last night? I won't tell you about all the secrets about the caramelized onion in the layers and stuff, and you got to crispy the bacon bits to go into the cheese, and it's all fancy. But that's a bit of my signature on that simple dish. You can bang it all together in a pot and slap it together, whack it on a plate. It's still food, but if you apply a bit of thought process and care, like you do to your social influence, bit of thought process and care, you come up with something wonderful. And people get to see that, and they judge that in their own way, whether they have a positive or negative opinion on it. So, it's great that the footy boys have evolved to an open place of sharing that idea, no influence by me at all. But for guys to have that freedom of thought to go, we've done it before, why don't we do it again? Yeah, let's do it. Right? Yeah. So everyone gets their crops in when the season gets to later in the year. We'll have a weekend or a Thursday or something. Everyone's got to cook their signature dish, bring it in, and it's going to be like oh, what'd you cook? Great. Geez, that looks awesome, mate. Well done. What's your secret? Well, can't tell you. So that great place of sharing, like Gary V says, like the guys teach us online to influence our social stuff, share the good stuff. You can share some journeys as well. Sharing the journey is completely okay. I'm not going to put a cooking video online, by the way. But,
oh, come on, Stuart. Jesus.
I'll go from paddock to plate, but you won't see the gap in the middle, mate. There's a bit of stuff that doesn't need to be on Facebook here or YouTube.
Hey, everyone, that's where he goes, swings past IGA and gets their frozen meal out.
Yeah, plenty of blokes did that yesterday. The old box.
Nice.
Yeah, plenty of box lasagnas and box spaghetti bolognese come into the kitchen. But, everyone was
shame in that.
You go, mate.
I was saying, like whatever, everyone has their own spin on it, whether you buy in the box, and you can still, have that positive thing of, oh, well, shit, which shop did you get that from? Was that from Coles or IGA?
Yeah.
Is that Australian made or is it imported?
Yeah. And that's the community. Like we chat in the men's group and we're talking, it's business stuff. How'd you get over this? How'd you post this? How did this, what did you do for this? How did you learn this? And they go, well, this is how we do it. It's just same as like, how did I learn to kick the football? Coaches, stuff like that. How did I learn to drive a race car? One, you get in the driver's seat, and then you have mentors that you start listening to learn stuff. People, you talk to people and go, well, not so much how to take this corner, or you might watch a bit of YouTube and learn what the apex of a bloody corner is. Different sports have different apexes on the same corner. So that's all about the racecraft. But I had to learn this stuff from people, talking to people and sharing my challenges to get the information to learn. And that's the greatness in the world, in amongst all the other shit. But that's the greatness in the world that we should share more of. I'll make a race car video. Won't cook you some lamb chops, or I'll make a race car video on racecraft. There you go. That one will come up.
Now that would be cool.
Yeah. I'm putting in my manifestation box, one day I'm going to buy a farm with the racetrack on it. I know exactly where that farm is, and I know exactly how big that farm is. So some subtle hints there.
that's
Hell or high water,
that's management.
I will have that farm, and then I will put on YouTube. It'll be 365 days of owning a racetrack.
Oh man, that would be epic.
Yeah. And so I get to farm a racetrack farm and share that with the world, and everyone can learn about farming and racecraft and stuff. That is going to happen. We're just going to find a way, steps to put more videos like this out there and share more wisdom with you people, and then you people come and do the same thing as us. Get on these videos. How cool would it be if we could have, let's go for, well, we haven't had Scotty on for the 3 yet. Let's see if we can get 4 people on one of these Sundays. We'll see if we get 4 people on Sunday session, have a proper bar chat.
Absolutely.
Not that this is not a...
That sounds like a bloody awesome.
Yep.
We're going to make it happen, guys. It's you know, we promise we don't bite, and it's just that we're just having a yak, and eventually one day I'll bloody bring a can on. Well, I think I brought a can on for the first bloody Sunday session, but we'll have to bloody get the esky in.
Yeah, well, I'm on the water today because that's part of the recovery thing.
Yeah.
Enough last night.
Well, Stuart, I might have to go, I think.
Yeah, I reckon. I don't know how long we've been chatting for today, but it's been a great chat. It's going to be a great share when it hits.
It's been a great chat. Good fun. Where are we at here? Well, won't let me bloody.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Time. I'll work it out later.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But no, look, thanks for today, mate, and thanks to everyone who's been watching with us. It's been and hopefully, hopefully what we've said and talked about, resonates with you as well. And don't be scared to bloody have a yak to any of us about anything, and whether it's life in general or about what we do online. We're pretty open sort of fellas.
Yep. And you can wear your blue shirt or your pajamas. We don't care. We don't have an opinion on it.
We don't care. We're not shirtist.
Yep. But yeah, we come up with all these anagrams. Speaking of great things, so I have on my podcast. You said last week about the Copy Southbound podcast.
Yeah,
I haven't listened to it because last time when I went to Albany to get the kids, I put the headphones on and I cranked up. I had a few of Balage's episodes that I hadn't listened to, so I cranked that out. And then on the way back, when I go spraying, I'll put the headsets on and I'll get into Copy Southbound. But make sure I keep up with the Balage podcast because, oh my gosh, that is so gold. I
really got to get onto that myself. Between you and Scotty Bland, I need to start listening to it, but we'll get there.
Mate, it is great. I'll even I'll find you a link. So the little bone sensory headphones that I've got, that was the other great investment I made. So I can hear the two-way because it's not a headphone in my ear, so it doesn't block the sound.
No.
But so getting that to go, I can do multitask. I can hear the two-way. I can hear the GPS's beep, but I'm still getting that good input into the thing. But yeah, I just thought we'd add that in there. Podcasts and audiobooks. I still do. What's my audible? Listening to Hustle Harder, Smarter, whatever it's by 50 Cent.
Yeah. That'd be pretty powerful, I imagine.
It's a story. It's quite a interesting story. He doesn't shy away from any facts.
No, I imagine he wouldn't.
The good, bad, and the ugly about what did and didn't happen, and even his fears. So after he got shot, right? So he got shot 9 times. Did 50 Cent. Everyone sort of knew he got shot, right? That was part of his journey. He spent nearly a month in his mum's house, afraid to go outside after that. And then then part of his thing was to fitness, so he could have a jogging machine inside or something. But he went, no, I'm going outside and I'm going to jog it out. So he went and jogged with a mate. when jogged the same streets he got shot in. Right? So the power in that to go, I got over that fear of being shot, to I'm going to go run these streets again with that fear and not get shot, to then grow up. You know, that personal growth.
Yeah.
I thought that is, you know, he's done really great for himself. He talks about his business goods and bads and uglies, and where he planted his flag to work with this guy and not that guy, and not taking first offers and stuff like that. Really great journey, but that's an influence I get to put in my life. Like Housebound, like the Muzz podcast, like the Facebook videos we watch, all that magic stuff. So I'm happy.
No, it's all positive influence.
Yeah. Yep. And I know you said you wanted to go, so I'm happy to sign off there. So what do we do?
No
You got to like,
worries, mate. We'll
put the notification bell down the bottom, and like us on YouTube, and follow along for more and all that sort of stuff. I'll have to come up with a better title on the YouTube for this one, because this has got some real power in it, this one. Because on YouTube I've just been putting like episode 1, 9, 13, 14. So I might put a bigger title up there, see if I can hack the search engine optimization, SEO, for all you techie people. Hack that one a bit so we can get some more action on the thing. Because this is not for kids on YouTube. This isn't going in the funny cat video section.
well, probably a bit sensitive for some certain ears.
Yeah. Look, my son's 10. He hears a bit of this, and he's probably a bit more grown up than he should be in some of these aspects. But that's the influence I get to have on my son, and I don't have to be responsible for influencing your kids. But I draw that line as to not influence your kids. That's up to you to influence your kids. Yeah.
We can only put a warning there for you.
Yeah. That's the warning at the end. Yep.
Righto, I'm out of here.
Right.
Thanks, guys.
Peace out. Have a good one, people. Find something you love to do, and you'll never have to work a day in your life, because that's what Muzz and I are doing. See you, people.
Woo!